What's up everybody? Today we're gonna be making 3 of my favorite canned fish recipes. I'm a huge fan of canned fish of all kinds. I know a lot of people tend to just stick to canned tuna, which is great, but I really recommend people branch out. I'm a huge fan of sardines. Sardines are probably my favorite type of canned fish. My favorite sardine recipe is actually something I stole from my wife, who's from Sierra Leone, West Africa. And it's a West African inspired sardine omelet. And so what you're gonna do is just take 3 eggs, crack those into a bowl, add your can of sardines. You're also gonna add some thinly sliced onion, about 1/4 to 1/2 cup, some cayenne pepper for spice, a little bit of salt, and then the secret ingredient is just a dash of fish sauce. When my wife makes this recipe, she uses the Maggi cubes, which is sort of like a flavoring. It's got MSG in it. I know a lot of people don't want to be eating MSG, so to replace that sort of umami, savory flavor, I like to use just a dash of fish sauce, just a dash in there, and then I'm just going to whisk that all together with a fork, break up that sardine in there. This is a great recipe for people who maybe are a little bit squeamish about the idea of eating sardines. So this is a great way you can just sort of break it up and hide it there in the omelet. You're not really even gonna notice. Once you've got that all whisked together, I'm gonna heat up a pan on medium-high heat. I'm gonna use a pretty hefty size amount of avocado oil. I've seen people make this in Africa. They use a lot of oil. They almost like deep fry the omelet. And so I'm gonna put a pretty good sized layer of avocado oil in my pan. I'm gonna let that heat up, and then I'm gonna add my omelet mixture. Wait till it cooks on one side. Once it's cooked on one side, I'm going to flip it, cook the other side, and then I'm just going to dump that on a plate. I like to serve it with a little bit of Primal Kitchen ketchup, and there you go. That's one of my favorite go-to meals in the morning, the West African sardine omelet. Moving on to another type of easy to find canned fish is canned salmon. I got this next recipe actually from a Sundays with Sisson email, Mark Sisson being the founder of Primal Kitchen. So this is his personal recipe. You're just going to take a can of canned salmon, dump it in a bowl, add a little bit of thick Greek yogurt to that, some thinly sliced onion, a good amount, almost like half an onion, some capers, a little bit of pickle juice, and then the most critical ingredient, some hot sauce. Add that to the mix, and I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper, and then you're just gonna mix that all together, and there you go. You've got Sisson's canned salmon. I was actually surprised how good this turned out. Some flavors I'm not really used to, very briny, almost pungent, but very good. And then finally moving on to canned tuna, everyone's favorite. You couldn't do a canned fish video without the classic combo of tuna and mayo, but I'm gonna show you how I personally like to jazz up my tuna and mayo. I like to add a little bit of crunch, and I like to use the Primal Kitchen Chipotle lime mayo for a little bit of spice. So I'm just gonna take 1 can of tuna, throw that in a bowl, add a big dollop of the Chipotle lime mayo, and then I really like a bit of crunchiness for whatever reason with my tuna. So I'm gonna add a handful of macadamia nuts and a handful of this thick dried coconut pieces that I can find at my grocery store. I just throw that in there, mix it all together, and that is my favorite way to eat tuna, my crunchy, spicy Chipotle lime tuna. But I would love to hear your guys' favorite ways to eat canned fish, your favorite canned fish recipes. Please share them in the comments below. And if you want to pick up any Primal Kitchen products seen in this video, you can get them all at primalkitchen.com. If you use the code HELLO20, you can get 20% off your entire order. Just a little thank you for checking out our channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.